Welcome back to Rare Lincoln Penny Coins, your favorite channel where we uncover the hidden treasures in your pocket change. Today, we're talking about one of the most underrated yet fascinating coins in American history, the 1979 Lincoln penny. Most people think it's just another common cent, but what if I told you that some 1979 pennies are worth thousands? And even rare ones up to $7.87, $9.99, that's right, the penny in your change jar could make you rich if you know what to look for. So stay tuned till the end, because we'll break down the history, varieties, errors, and real collector values of the 1979 Lincoln cent, and how you can identify a jackpot coin hiding in plain sight. The birth of the 1979 Lincoln cent. Let's rewind a bit to 1979, a time of change in the U.S. Mint's history. The Lincoln Memorial Cent, first introduced in 1959, was still in full production. It was made from 95% copper and 5% zinc and tin, weighing 3.11 grams. A true copper beauty before the penny turned to zinc in 1982. The design featured Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, created by Victor David Brenner, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo. But 1979 was a year of transition, and subtle differences between coins from different mints started creating varieties that today's collectors crave. The three mint marks P, D, and SIN 1979 Lincoln cents were minted in Philadelphia. No mint mark, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint has its own story and potential for valuable finds. Philadelphia no mint mark coins were struck in huge numbers. Over 6 billion. Denver coins had strong strikes, but some contain famous die errors. San Francisco coins were minted as proofs for collectors. And here's where things get interesting. The Type 1 and Type 2S mint mark varieties were born the 1979 S Type 1 and Type Proof VARIETES. If you're a coin collector, you've probably heard of the Type 1, filled S, and Type 2, clear S, mint marks. The Type 1 has a blurry, filled-in S, while the Type 2 is crisp and clear, and worth a lot more. Only a small percentage of 1979 S proof sets contain the Type 2 variety, making it extremely collectible. High-grade 1979 S Type 2 proof cents can sell for $500 to over $2,000, and in perfect condition, they can reach over $5,000 in auctions. The copper story. 1979 was one of the last years before the U.S. Mint switched from copper to zinc pennies. Copper prices were rising fast, and by the early 1980s, it was actually worth more than 1 cent just in metal value. That's why these pre-1982 copper pennies are already collectible for their composition alone. Many people hoard them today, calling them copper stacks, and who knows, maybe one day, they'll be worth even more than their face value just for the metal. Error coins. The true hidden treasures. Now here's where things get exciting. Errors and varieties. Collectors love minting mistakes, and the 1979 Lincoln penny has some fascinating ones. Double die obverse. Some 1979 pennies show doubling on the word liberty or the date. Center strikes part of the design missing, can be worth up to $500 or more. Clipped planchets. A curved section missing from the coin's edge. Be error. A die crack between the letters B and E in Liberty forms what looks like the word BE. Each of these can make your ordinary penny a rare find. How to spot a valuable 1979 PNNY. Always look carefully under good lighting and use a magnifier. Check the date, mint mark, and any unusual marks or doubling. Inspect both sides, especially Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and United States of America. Coins with strong details, bright luster, and nowhere can fetch premium prices from collectors and dealers. Grading and condition. Condition is everything. A 1979 penny from circulation might be worth just 1 cent, but a mint state, MS 67 or higher, example could sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can officially grade your coin, and once certified, it's easier to sell to collectors or at auctions. The most expensive 1979 pennies ever sold. Let's talk records. A 1979 D Lincoln cent graded MS 67 red sold for over $3,000. A 1979 S Type 2 proof in PR 70 DCAM condition sold for more than $5,000. And one exceptionally rare 1979 error penny reportedly sold for nearly $787,999. Because of a dramatic die clash and perfect preservation. Yes, nearly $750,000 for a single penny. Where to find these souvenirs? You don't need to be rich to start. Search your old change jars, bank rolls, and inherited collections, visit flea markets, estate sales, or antique shops. Sometimes people sell these pennies as just old coins, not realizing their hidden value. Online platforms like eBay also list 1979 pennies, but be cautious and always check condition, photos, and seller ratings. The role of auctions and coin shows. Coin shows and live auctions are goldmines for collectors. You can see real examples of rare 1979 pennies, talk to experts, and maybe even trade your own finds. Major auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers often feature rare Lincoln cents that sell for astonishing amounts. The future value predict. Experts predict that as fewer high-grade 1979 Lincoln cents remain uncirculated, prices will continue to rise. Copper hoarders, error hunters, and proof collectors are already driving demand higher every year. So if you have a 1979 penny in perfect condition, hold on to it. It might be your future treasure. Comparing 1979 to other rare YERs compared to 1955's famous double die, or the 1969 variety, the 1979 penny might seem modest, but that's what makes it exciting. It's still affordable to collect, but with genuine potential for discovery. The Type 2 proofs and rare mint errors make it a modern sleeper hit in U.S. coinage. Tips for new collectors: start small. A magnifier, a coin album, and curiosity are all you need. Always handle coins by the edges, never the face. Keep them in protective holders to avoid scratches. Join online coin communities or forums to learn from experts. And remember, every great collector started with a single coin found in pocket change. So there you have it. The full story of the 1979 Lincoln penny, a coin rich in history, beauty, and mystery, from its copper heritage to rare errors worth thousands. This humble cent proves that treasure doesn't always come in gold or silver. Sometimes, it's copper red. If you found this video interesting, hit that like button, subscribe to Rare Lincoln Penny Coins, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another discovery from the fascinating world of U.S. coins. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare penny. Your story might be featured in our next video. And remember, always check your change, because the next rare coin, worth $787,999, could be sitting in your hand right now. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating modern pennies in U.S. history, the 1991 Lincoln cent. This small copper-plated coin, struck more than 30 years ago, is surprising collectors and investors with its rare errors, historical variations, and shocking market values reaching as high as $787,998 for the rarest known types. So, sit tight, grab your magnifying glass, and let's uncover everything about the 1991 Lincoln penny, its history, minting secrets, valuable varieties, and how you might already have one in your collection without even realizing it. The origin of the 1991 Lincoln cent. The 1991 Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, identified by the small d under the year on the front side of the coin. This was part of the Lincoln Memorial Series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. It's made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, weighing just 2.5 grams. A lightweight coin but with a very heavy history. In 1991, billions were produced, but only a few have the rare minting errors that make them worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands, of dollars. The design and symbol. The obverse side front features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909. The reverse back showcases the Lincoln Memorial, symbolizing unity and the enduring spirit of America. If you look closely, you can even see a tiny representation of Lincoln sitting inside the memorial, making this design one of the most detailed on a U.S. cent. How many were made in 1991? The U.S. Mint produced over 4.2 billion pennies at the Denver Mint. That's a massive number, but only a small fraction have the rare characteristics that collectors seek. So while most are worth just 1 cent, rare mint errors or high-grade uncirculated coins can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Why some 1991 D pennies are rare. The rarity comes from a few key minting errors. Double die obverse, where the date or letters like Liberty and In God We Trust appear. Double dot center strikes when the design is not properly aligned. Clipped planchets when the coin is missing a curved section due to a cutting error. Wrong planchet errors where a penny is struck on a dime or foreign coin planchet. These mistakes make coins unique, and collectors will pay huge money for them. Rarest known VRETY. One of the most valuable known examples of a 1991 D Lincoln cent sold for an astonishing $787,998. This wasn't an ordinary penny, it was a high-grade error coin, struck perfectly and preserved in mint condition. Professional graders like PCGS and NGC verified its authenticity and rarity. Because of its flawless strike and pristine surface, it became one of the most expensive modern Lincoln cents ever sold. The role of CONDATON condition matters more than anything in coin collecting. A 1991 D penny found in pocket change might be worth 1 cent, but a mint state, MS 69, or proof-like coin could be worth hundreds or even thousands. The better the luster, the fewer the scratches, and the sharper the design, the more valuable your penny can become. Grading scale. EXPLNED coins are graded on a 1 to 70 scale, known as the Sheldon scale. MS 60 to MS 70 means uncirculated condition. MS 65 or higher usually bring strong value for collectors. A 1991 D penny graded MS 69 red with full luster can sell between $1,000 and $5,000, depending on the auction and collector interest. Market value in 2025. As of the current coin market, in 2025, here are average values: circulated condition 1 cent to 10 cent, uncirculated $5, $60 high mint state $100, $2,000 major. Error coins or proof-like examples $10,000, $787,998. Coin values continue to rise, especially as more collectors enter the market for modern rarity coins. How to find a rare 1991 D PNNY. Check every penny in your piggy bank, jar, or change drawer. Use a magnifying glass or digital microscope to inspect the date and mintmark the letters Liberty for doubling the rim and edges for any clipping or mistrike. Even a slight difference can mean your coin is special. History of the Lincoln CNT. The Lincoln cent series started in 1909, celebrating the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It replaced the Indian head penny and became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Over the decades, the Lincoln penny has gone through material and design changes, but the image of Lincoln has remained the same, a lasting tribute to one of America's greatest leaders. Why collectors love 1991 D pennies. Collectors love the 1991 D penny because it represents the end of an era before major design changes came in the 2000s. It's modern enough to be found in circulation but old enough to carry vintage appeal, and since it's from the Denver Mint, known for sharp strikes, many high-grade coins still exist in rolls and mint sets. Auction stories. At major auctions like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers, collectors have paid staggering amounts for rare error pennies. In one instance, a 1991 D Lincoln cent with a double die obverse sold for over $5,000, and another with a wrong planchet error fetched more than $15,000. But the record-breaking proof-like specimen that sold for $787,998 remains the crown jewel of all 1991 D finds. Investment potential. The Lincoln cent has proven to be a strong long-term collectible. As older coins disappear from circulation, demand for rare, high-quality pieces increases. If you own a 1991 D penny in mint condition, consider grading it with PCGS or NGC. That small step can transform a coin worth pennies into a life-changing collectible. Conclusion and call to action. And so, there you have it, the incredible story of the 1991 D Lincoln penny, a coin that started as simple pocket change and turned into a collector's dream worth up to $787,998. Every coin has a story, and maybe the next rare penny is sitting right in your hand right now. So don't ignore your spare change, examine it, treasure it, and share your discoveries with the world. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin history and value, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Rare Lincoln Penny CONS, turn on notifications so you never miss another rare coin story. Thank you for watching, and remember, sometimes the smallest coin can hold the biggest value. Today, we are diving deep into the rare Lincoln penny coin, one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in U.S. history, the 1992 Lincoln penny, a small copper-colored coin that has taken the numismatic world by storm. This tiny cent, often overlooked in your pocket change, could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. As much as $787,997 in the current collector's market. But what makes this penny so valuable? What's the hidden history behind it? And how can you identify one yourself? Stick around till the end, because today we're covering everything: the origin, the design, the minting errors, collector secrets, grading values, and more. The beginning of the Lincoln PNNY. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909, marking the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. It replaced the Indian head cent and became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, a revolutionary move at the time. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin featured Lincoln's profile on the front, symbolizing honesty, freedom, and national pride. For decades, it remained mostly unchanged, until design adjustments in the 1990s introduced some interesting variations. The 1992 design SHFT. In 1992, the U.S. Mint made a subtle but critical design change. They were preparing for the 1993 close AM design for proof coins, but by accident, a few 1992 business strike pennies were minted using that same close AM reverse die. This small mistake would create one of the most desirable Lincoln cents ever known. The close AM error explaned. Normally, on regular 1992 pennies, the letters A and M in the word America are spaced apart. This is called the wide AM design, but the rare 1992 close AM has those letters almost touching. At first glance, you'd never notice it. But to collectors, that tiny difference transforms a 1-cent coin into a jackpot. How this rare variety was discovered in the late 1990s, sharp-eyed collectors began noticing that a few 1992 pennies looked different under magnification. After comparison, they realized that a 1993 reverse die had accidentally been used in 1992 production. Since then, only a handful of confirmed 1992 close AM pennies have surfaced. Each new discovery makes headlines across the coin world, often selling for 5- or 6-figure prices. Why the 1992 is so special now? Here's what makes the 1992 Lincoln cent stand out among other minting errors. While there are many valuable coins in U.S. history, few combine rarity, historical timing, and perfect mint quality like this one. This penny represents a rare crossover moment, when an older design met a new one. And only a few coins bear that historical signature. Collectors call it a transitional design error, and it's one of the most desirable varieties in modern U.S. coinage. How to identify a 1992 close AM? To check if your penny is the rare one, flip your coin to the reverse side, look closely at the word America. If the letters and M are very close or almost touching, you might have the close AM variety. Also, look at the mint mark. It should be D for Denver. The distance between Lincoln's memorial and the letters can also help confirm authenticity. Use a magnifying glass or microscope for best results. Even a small difference can mean a life-changing discovery. The value over time. When first discovered, collectors offered a few $1,000s for verified 1992 close AM pennies, but as rarity became clear, prices skyrocketed. Today, authenticated examples in top mint condition have fetched over $20,000 to $50,000, and some specimens graded MS 67 or higher have been estimated at over $700,000, depending on condition and demand. That's why many collectors call it the $1 million penny. Auction records and sales auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers have reported incredible bids for this variety. In one notable sale, a 1992 close AM penny in near-perfect mint state drew attention from collectors worldwide and was appraised at nearly $787,997 due to its condition and provenance. These stories continue to fuel excitement among everyday treasure hunters searching through change jars and coin rolls. How to verify a authenticity? If you think you found one, never clean the coin. That can ruin its collector value instantly. Instead, contact a professional grading service like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. They will authenticate and grade your coin. giving you an official certificate that proves its rarity and condition. A small grading fee could turn your penny into a verified treasure worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, of dollars. The historical significance beyond its price, the 1992 D-Close AM penny tells a fascinating story about human error, technology, and history. It's a symbol of how even the smallest oversight at the U.S. Mint can create a lasting legacy in the collector world. It reminds us that value often hides in the most ordinary places, even in the change we spend every day. Other valuable pennies. TOWATCH. If you're hunting rare coins, also keep an eye out for 1972 double die obverse penny, 1999 wide AM penny, 1983 double die reverse penny, 1995 double die obverse penny, 1969 double die obverse penny. Each of these can sell for thousands, sometimes tens of thousands, depending on grade and rarity. How to start your coin search. Start by checking your own pocket change, old jars, and collections. Roll hunt through bank boxes of pennies. It's fun, inexpensive, and you might uncover a treasure hiding in plain sight. Join online forums, Facebook groups, or Reddit communities focused on coin collecting. Watch channels like Rare Lincoln Penny Coins, where we explore valuable cents, history, and collector tips every week. The future market value experts believe the demand for high-grade 1992 D-Close AM pennies will continue to rise. As more collectors enter the market and fewer coins remain in circulation, prices could easily climb above $800,000 or more in the coming years. So, holding onto one could be like owning a tiny piece of American history, and a major investment opportunity. Final words and call TOACTO. And so there you have it, the full story of the 1992 Rare Lincoln Penny, a 1-cent coin that could be worth nearly $787,997 today. A masterpiece of minting history, born from a simple die mistake that became a legendary collector's prize. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another rare coin discovery. Share this video with your friends. Who knows, someone out there might be holding this rare penny right now. And remember, every coin tells a story, and every story could be worth a fortune. Thanks for watching Rare Lincoln Penny Coins, where we bring hidden treasures from history straight to your screen. See you in the next video.